There is a growing demand for fake vaccine cards among college students, according to the Associated Press. Services are popping up all over social media, some offering fake documents for as low as $25. Now, back in the springtime, the FBI did put out a warning about falsifying information. But how far do penalties go? Well, let's find out. We bring in legal analyst Casey Garrett for more on this. Good morning to you, Casey.
Good morning, Melissa.
Well, let's talk about this. For anyone who might consider it or even has one of those fake cards, is that considered a crime to either make it or have one?
Sure. So under Texas law, it's a crime if you tamper with a government document. Now, in order for a fake vaccination card to be a crime, it would have to fall under a governmental record. And in looking at the statute, I really don't see how it fits. So right now, I think that in order for it to be a crime in Texas, the state legislature would have to add, a public health record or a vaccination record to the list of governmental records in order for it to fit our statute.
So then it sounds like there wouldn't be a penalty or any type of fine at this point, since it's not documented anywhere as a law?
Well, that's how I'm reading the statute right now. Now, I agree with what you said earlier about the FBI memo. There are some federal laws about misusing the seal of a federal agency, but I'm not so sure that they would really go after these. I think they would probably leave it up to the state. And there are some states that have taken measures to add that to their penal code. So that's what would have to happen.
Is there any way you can compare this to any other type of crime of people making these false documents?
Sure, absolutely. Tampering with a government document, you can make a fake driver's license, a fake permit, any fake like court record, anything that is kept by the government and is used for official purposes. If you falsify it, forge it, use it knowing it's false with the intent to defraud somebody else or defraud the government, that is a crime. So it's real similar to like an insurance card, driver's license, things like that.
Now, it sounds like this is happening a lot among college students where perhaps a university is requiring that they get that vaccine. Could a university or could someone make their own law about how a student gets in trouble? Because that wouldn't be a very fun way to start the school year if you're already documented somehow of causing problems.
Right. No, that's a very good point. Universities can have their own, honor code, disciplinary code, administrative hearings. If it's a violation of the student handbook, things like that, there could definitely be significant repercussions that a university could impose. I mean, they already have to get the meningitis B vaccination to get into college. This is just another thing like that universities are probably going to do. The ones that are making it mandatory, they want you to have it.
And my colleague and I were talking a moment ago about how desperation has come so much. Do you remember at the beginning of the pandemic when a couple of women pretended to be elderly and wore wigs and full disguises trying to get a vaccine when it wasn't available to them because they weren't old enough at that point? It seems like everyone's just sort of desperate these days to try to make the pieces of this new puzzle fit into their life.
I agree with you. It's really a strange time. And just like with any crime, this sort of feels like it takes way more energy to fake a card than it does just to go down to the grocery store and get your vaccine. I mean, it's incredibly dishonest. It's a fraud, even if it doesn't fit under our Texas laws. So it does seem like desperate times call for desperate measures.
Well, legal analyst Casey Garrett, always good to talk to you. Thank you for giving us your expertise on this and answering any questions our viewers had about it.
You bet. Thank you, Melissa.